I'm just going to do a quick overview of basic things that you should keep in mind when you're content writing, and then we can go through and discuss some things that or challenges that we're all facing. So when you sit down to begin content writing, there's some things that you should keep in mind that'll help you plan out and write a structured end product. Three things that are really important to keep in mind is your purpose, your audience, and the platform that you're writing for. With your purpose, you have to make it very precise and make it one single purpose. Don't write about something very broad. You have a limited amount of space to write in, so it's not going to make sense and it's not going to be powerful if your purpose isn't narrowed down. Understand what type of content you're putting out there. Is it marketing content? Is it knowledge sharing content? Are you just trying to engage people, or are you trying to recruit? There can be a lot of different purposes. So figure that out. And then within that general purpose, figure out exactly what topic you want to discuss. So for instance, we're doing knowledge sharing right now. And within that, we're just talking about the basics. After that, you want to pay attention to who your audience is. There's different structures within that. So are you going to be talking to CEOs, managers, college recruits? Understand that. And then after that, understand, do those people understand the type of language I'm about to use? So if you're using technical language, is that CEO or is that college student going to understand that? Or do I need to use more simplified language? You also want to understand their demographic, what age group and what location they're from, because that affects the culture that they're a part of and how you want to communicate with them. And then the last thing that's really important to think about is the platform that you're going to be using. So you could be using Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and doing those short pieces of content, or you could be writing a long blog, or you could be making a video or a graphic, and all the content that you write for that is going to be completely different. So you have to make sure you understand that. And then after that, you have basically a whole structure set out for you because you've defined all the different aspects of what you're writing. And after that, you can begin your research and get the good facts and then start writing out your content. So now you guys can let me know what kind of challenges you guys face when you are content writing, or just any general questions that you guys have.
So basically, my question is that you just told us about all of these points of how to come up with good content, but how do you make sure that, online we have so much information? How do you make sure that the content that you're creating doesn't become a part of the noise, but in fact stands out amongst anything else that's out there? Or what are
I think,
those tips or things that you need to really look at to make sure that it looks unique?
yeah. Um, I think the main thing here is doing research and being aware of what's out there already. So if you're constantly looking into whatever topic you're talking about, you've done your research, you've seen what people are writing about, what facts are out there, then you know what's already happening. And you can take that and understand what people don't know or what people could be interested in. So that could be doing research on Google and figuring out the facts, but it can also be that you're going on social media and reading people's blogs and looking at even your competitors to see what information is out there and what questions or what comments other people are putting in. Yeah. Does anybody want to add anything?
I also want to ask something, like when you write some content, some of it is creative and otherwise you have to do some research. But how do you make sure that the source you're using for research is credible? Like it's kind of that you're getting the right information from that source.
Yeah. Um, okay, so the first answer to the first part of your question, I guess, is that we already know automatically like certain sources are not reliable. So when you Google something and the first thing that pops up is Wikipedia, you know that that's not going to be reliable. So you could read it just as a reference, but then you move on to another website and you always look at the URL. There's certain URLs that indicate that something is more credible than others. And so you can use that as a guideline and then use multiple sources. So if you've done your research properly, you haven't just looked at one or two websites, you've spent a lot of time looking at multiple websites, and then you'll start to figure out based on that topic what's true and what's not true.